let's go ahead and get into our next topic. This one is like the big thing that happened this week, right? Like, I know a lot of people talking Switch 2, that's later. But this one is actually news. This is stuff that happened. Nintendo did a massive presentation. I have it all ready to go here. We'll just hit play because it's really long. They had the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and Indie World back to back for the first time in Nintendo history. They went Indie World, then they went Nintendo Direct. They've never done this before with showcases where they put them together. By the way, this stuff was all rumored to be happening. Even the partner showcase, the Brazil guy who said we were having multiple presentations this month, he said after the June Direct that we were having a partner showcase later this year, or that he heard rumors about it from his sources. Sure as shit, here it is. He also said there would be an Indie World in August. Sure as shit, we got both at the same time in August. In the month he said we'd have multiple presentations. Also, we had the Nintendo Direct Museum stuff last month as well. So what's interesting, obviously, is first time they've ever done it. So one, how do we feel about the show? Like, you know, we can grade it or see how we feel, because there's a lot of mixed opinions. I see a lot of basically people thought it was all right, it was the best thing ever, or it's an F. So there's that. Mm-hmm. We'll go over that. And then the games we're most excited that were shown in here. So let's start just though how we feel about the show in general. Maybe give it a letter grade for the people.
I thought the indie part specifically was a pretty, like, for an indie developer, like an indie direct, was a solid like C to B. I thought the partner showcase was pretty not great. I don't know. I mean, how many things in the partner showcase were even new? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it felt like a lot of stuff we already knew about, and then the few things that were new. And maybe that's just me. Maybe because I'm not the JRPG guy. Like, that's fine. I get that. If you're a JRPG person, again, like I said, you're probably eating. But I think the indie portion was a lot stronger. There were things that piqued my interest more, like the Balatro coming to Switch, which is a fantastic game, by the way, if you guys haven't tried it. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting, the collaborations they're doing with Among Us. It was such a stark Witcher, Dave the Diver, Among Us, and Vampires. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff I didn't think would come to that game. Whether for actual playing purposes or for comedic purposes, I thought that the game where you can date all of your furniture was really fucking funny. It was the chuckle I needed in that part of the direct. And then I'm trying to think of like what else stood out to me on the indie side. There was one more thing on the indie side that I was like, oh yeah, that's something I really want to actually dive into. We'll probably see it here as it starts to play. But on the partnership side, I don't know. Every time they always play games coming to Nintendo Switch and it's like a highlight reel, it's always like, it always comes off as, hey guys, here's games that we totally have. Remember, there's games coming. There's these other games that aren't first party here. You know, like, it doesn't feel like they have a lot in store for us, even though we know, Jamboree's coming, Mario, or oh my gosh, Zelda's coming, and Mario and Luigi. But anyways, I digress. I overall, I give it a solid C to D. If I had to grade each one individually, I would go B for the indie part and D to F for the partnership showcase.
Ouch. I'm going to be a lot harsher.
Oh,
because I personally grade directs on me personally. Like,
sure.
Oh, am I going to play a lot of the games? Like the June Direct, A+. Great. Borderline S tier. Like, so that was really good. This one, I think I set my own expectations a little too high, and that's on me. That's not on the direct, especially given the type that it is, and like the idea that we could be getting a Switch 2 reveal next month. So there's probably stuff there. But the indie world, I don't know. I gotta give both of them like D to F, because I was just so bored and uninterested for most of the indie world. Maybe it's because I was watching it at work and I was kind of like half tuned in, half tuned out. But none of the indie world stuff really stood out to me and was like, oh, I need to buy that. I need to play that. Like, there was the furniture dating game where I was like, oh, that's interesting. Funny. Okay. But I'm not like itching to play that. And then when you get to the partner showcase, there was nothing there until the very end when they announced Yakuza is coming to Switch, which is exciting. I'm excited about that because I've had a friend who's been trying to get me into Yakuza for a long time. And I kept telling him, I'm going to wait till it comes to Switch. Wait till it comes to Switch. So now it's on Switch. So I'll play it. And then I didn't even see it in the sizzle reel, but I think it's Trails of the something. It's getting remade. I don't even know the full title. It's another anime JRPG that looks really good. But I didn't even see it because it was in the sizzle reel. And so, and then I think back to like, I didn't like this partner showcase. And then I think back to the last partner showcase that had Epic Mickey. They announced Battlefront 1 and 2 were coming to Switch. Like there was a lot more in that got me personally excited. So they were fine. I know it's like you have to temper your expectations with an indie world and a partner showcase because it's not first party, and I like playing a lot of first party Nintendo games. So maybe that's on me for putting my expectations a little too high. Like I was hoping maybe we get just a little like a new Warriors game, just a little something like something that's first party adjacent.
Yeah,
we got nothing. So I don't know, not my favorite, and I'm sure people out there are like clamoring for coffee talk, but
could argue we had something first party adjacent. Fitness Boxing 3.
Oh, is it first party adjacent?
They publish it in some territories, yeah.
All right, man.
Something.
That's the December game.
Yeah. Also, the game that while Nick was talking, it was the bug office RPG game that looked really cute. I thought that was a cool one. Yeah, I mean, I concur, Nick. I think I disagree with you on the indie part because maybe it's because I have a different subset niche of games, and I like the kind of like these kind of like art, like the little kind of pixely art style, whatnot. I also like Binding of Isaac. So there's another one coming up. I think it's called. Hang on, I have it right here. Literally about to pull the name of it up. Morsels. I like the vibe of that. I thought that was cool.
That game looks sick.
The game looked really cool. It looks like a spiritual successor to Binding of Isaac, like low key. And I thought that was cool. And I agreed though that I think it was just really weak on the partner side. I just didn't think of. I don't know. I was agreeing with you. I just nothing piqued my interest in that side of the direct. I was like, this is so boring. And we got another farming game. Here we go. Not to harping on that bit of the topic a lot, but yeah.
All right. So we got two haters.
Yeah.
To understand.
Sorry.
How we feeling? Are you the redemption arc?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
So I was really pleased with the direct. I would say I'd give it a B. And you got to look at the big picture, of course, is that we are basically in September. So we're about 6 months away from the Switch being 8 years old on a chipset from 2015.
Wow.
Okay, so even older, of course. The fact that we're even here still floors me. we're going into Christmas 2024, and it's still the Nintendo Switch. So all of that still just is super impressive to me. But I made a post on Twitter as well, and I got a list of games that I'm legit hyped about that were shown at the show. Pizza Tower, mentioned it earlier. I have Balatro Physical Edition pre-ordered. Peglin. Heard great things about Peglin. Heard great things today about it.
Heard good things about that one as well, yeah.
Yeah. Morsels. You mentioned it. Nate, you mentioned it on the live stream too.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching it on your live stream, I'm like, dude, this game looks awesome. And of course, it's Devolver Digital as well. They're always making the games I like. Sea of Stars. So I was part of the Kickstarter, the original Kickstarter for Sea of Stars. And obviously, I saw potential in this game when I first saw it, right? And what they wanted to create. and I played the game and I beat it and I absolutely loved it. It exceeded my expectations, and I knew DLC was coming because, well, they tell all the Kickstarter people, they send them out a Kickstarter newsletter. So I knew this was coming. It was just good to see it because this was the first time seeing it. And from what I've gathered, it's going to be pretty sizable DLC. So that's nice. Great that they showed the Plucky Squire. Again, I'm going to be playing it on PlayStation because it's free for me over there. But I do have a physical copy pre-ordered for the Switch. Shovel Knight. Can't sleep on Shovel Knight. I don't know if you guys have played it, but excellent game. Excellent.
Is that just DLC or
no? It's the whole kit and caboodle.
what? I thought
it's everything.
I could have bet money that Shovel Knight was on Switch already.
Well, yeah,
It is.
It is.
So then what?
This is the deluxe edition with everything. It's got every little piece of it.
That's what I was confused about. I was like, what is going on? I was like, what is what Shovel Knight? I thought I already have Shovel Knight. But
yeah,
okay, so it's a
it's like an enhanced edition with all the content, and then there's supposedly new features as well, but they'll announce that next year.
Yeah, Yacht Club did a direct over the summer, and they showed it. So maybe it was during the Summer Game Fest. I think it was a week after maybe Summer Game Fest. I was actually excited about My Sims, and it's not for me, but my girlfriend loves The Sims, and she had asked me after I bought her the Switch, is The Sims on the Switch? And I was like, I looked it up. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah. I looked. I'm like, oh no, it's not. I'm sorry.
My Sims.
Dust off the PS4 for you.
I used to play those games on my DS. Like I forgot they were even that was like a series until they announced this, and I was like, oh my god, wait, this is so hype. I forgot these were like even games. This is sick.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it is still like a very popular IP.
Yeah,
and from what I gathered, when I think Sims 4 is the one that's on PlayStation, and it's on PlayStation Plus. I downloaded it for my girlfriend, got her set up. That game is littered with microtransactions. So you'd think EA would be all over that because that's right up their alley. They're making a new one. Yeah, they are.
It's more popular on PC, but yeah, they're working on it. They already announced
the modding community on PC is really big. So
super big. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to pick that up physically. I saw there's actually a physical edition of it, and I'm guessing that's going to have a super low print run. So I'll just buy that for my girlfriend and probably have a nice rare Nintendo Switch game in the collection while I'm at it. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Guys, have you played Power Stone 1 or 2 on Dreamcast? Yes.
Always got it. Always got it.
Is that Cassette Beast?
That's Cassette Beast.
Pulled it out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm feeling that there's very few physical copies of that one running around.
Oh, I would agree with you 100% on that.
I'm not even going to open it.
I wouldn't either. I would just play it digitally.
Yep.
So Power Stone 1 and 2, though, excellent games. They were both on Dreamcast. I was a day one Dreamcast adopter, which came out on 9/9/99, which means 25th anniversary is right around the corner. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, I already had that pre-ordered. And the idea of being able to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on modern consoles with online play that's the draw there. That's what's going to get people to buy this. That's what's going to get all the old heads to buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Dragon Quest 3 HD. Again, that was shown here, and I'm very excited for that game. The Castlevania Dominus Collection. Again, if you guys have played Symphony of the Night, these games, if you played the GBA games and you played Symphony of the Night, this is that. Like, there's a lot of people who think the DS games, especially Dawn of Sorrow, is better than Symphony of the Night. And Symphony of the Night is one of the best Metroidvania games of all time. To some people, they think it is the best Metroidvania game of all time. So we just got 3 of them for $24.99. Plus you get Haunted Castle Revisited. Absolute steal of a deal. The Tetris Forever I thought was really cool. And Digital Eclipse is doing the Tetris Forever, and Digital Eclipse does quality work. I thought it looked cool how like you could be playing Tetris and then out of nowhere it'll go to like a different Tetris game.
Mhm.
And I thought that was a really cool idea. Obviously, Yakuza. Am I hyped that Yakuza Kiwama's on Switch 1? I mean,
I can't believe
yes
they
and
brought
no, right? Like I own the game on PlayStation. It's about what it means, right? It's about the fact that it's here.
it.
We know this means it's coming to Switch too. So this is a good thing for the future. And that's what I saw a lot in this show. The Atelier series, guys, there's people who love those games. In fact, I own them physically. I haven't opened them, but I own them and I'll probably keep them because they're going to be rare games. But the Atelier games are very popular on PlayStation as well. The Tales of Grace F looks great. Suikoden 1 and 2, or as they say, Suikoden. I still call it Suikoden, but again, PlayStation 1 RPGs. You guys ever heard of them?
No. I've heard of
Excellent
Suikoden,
games.
yeah.
Excellent games. Like if you Google top 25 or top PlayStation 1 RPGs of all time, there's many lists where you'll find it as number 1. So the fact that it's coming out in HD is a big, big deal. If you look it up on eBay, it's gonna net you. It's gonna cost you a few $100s to get that physically. So this is a big deal. That's something you guys want to keep on the radar. Lego Horizon Adventures. Yes, I'm excited about that, and I'm going to support it because I want to see more games from Sony on the Switch, specifically Switch 2, of course. The Stalker trilogy was pretty surprised actually to see that coming to Switch. And the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. That looks really good too. And so, yeah, I'm a huge JRPG fan, but I'm a fan of all games, honestly. I thought there was something here for everybody. But again, big picture, we're going into Christmas 2024 on the Switch 1. And what I liked about this is that it didn't blow me away. Because you know why? I didn't want to be blown away. What happens if we're all blown away by the presentation?
It means there's more.
It means Switch 1's going to be here longer. And I wasn't blown away. And so I was happy that I wasn't. I honestly thought it was perfect for what it was to not be blown away, but there are games coming. And that's it. Like I felt more confident after seeing that, oh yeah, like Switch 2 is right around the corner, man. This is hype. So that's where I'm at on that. What do you got, Nate?
All right. So I said at the time when I live streamed it, I kind of gave it like a C+ sort of grade. But there's enough in there that interests me, but as you said, like it didn't really blow my mind or excite me. Just starting with the indie world, like Pizza Tower looks hype. I've never played it. I've only ever heard nothing but good things, and obviously seeing it, presumably running on the Switch. I don't know if it was, but it looked really good. It looked just really, really good. I talked about it at the time. Morsels. Oh man, dude, Morsels. That's like a day one. That just looks so good. It looks like everything I want from an indie title. Same with Neva. Neva looked incredible as well. And these are all just like very different kinds of games. Obviously, Plucky Squire was shown, which I don't need to go over my hype for that. That's already, that's probably a day one as well. But that's kind of it for me for the indie show. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff that really interested me besides those, and it's not like any of those like got me out of my chair and like, oh man, like it's just like no, this is some nice stuff, which is pretty much what indie worlds usually are for me. It's just some nice stuff. The only thing that would have got me out of my chair really is if they would have had Silksong, because I'm starting to believe the game doesn't exist anymore. So
it does. Didn't they say like the last thing that we've heard about Silksong, it was supposed to be 24, right? I mean, I guess we still have the rest of this year, but like
there's like a report out there that it's been delayed to 25, but who the hell knows? I don't know.
I mean, I would believe it, but dang, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah. And then the Partners Showcase, it had a lot of games on my alley, like Civilization 7. Yeah, we already knew it was coming. It was already pre-announced before. But Civ 7, I'm going to play on PC. Like, let's just be honest. That's a mouse and keyboard game for me. I don't like that style of game on a controller. And obviously, it's not going to run as well on Switch, but that doesn't matter to me so much in these kind of games about how well it runs. But it's a PC type of game for me, so I'm going to end up getting it there.
Agreed.
Fitness Boxing 3. I had the first Fitness Boxing game. I am working out, but the boxing thing just really wasn't for me. I think I would get more into it if I have one of those ones that makes a music game that you punch at the wall. I like those ones. Those ones are fun. I think they're more fun than the actual fitness boxing games. But so not really for me. Goat Simulator I always find to be hilarious, but I never play it. I don't know why I never play it, but I just don't. But it was nice to see. I have a feeling that the SpongeBob SquarePants Patrick Star game will be in my house because of Yulia. She is the world's biggest SpongeBob fan. Maybe not in terms of having all the merchandise, but try to tell her otherwise, and she'll just start quoting every episode for the last 20 years. So, so chances are we will be owning the Patrick Star game. She was watching my show while I was doing it, and yeah, like I'm like, honey, are you watching? And she just was in the chat. I'm like, okay, really getting that day one. that's a day one in this house. Maybe I'll get it physical. I don't know how many physical copies of that one will exist. Dragon Quest 3 HD2D. Look, I'm on record saying I've never played a Dragon Quest game. Now that's not technically true because I tried Builders and I really wasn't into it. Now Builders isn't traditional Dragon Quest, so I'm actually going to pick this one up because I'm like, this is like the perfect time because this is the beginning of the original story arc, and then I already know the next two are coming next year, and I know we're going to get 12 eventually. So I actually think this is a great time to get in. So I'm going to give that one a try because I don't know why I just never played them when I was growing up. I don't know why. They just didn't have them in my house. It's not like I controlled what games were in my house.
You'd love them.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have a damn good time. Let me see. Anything else that excited me? I'm just kind of glancing at the list. Sorry that we're not playing the video anymore. It like broke or something. I don't know. This is one thing I don't like about us going back to StreamYard is that there are issues sometimes playing videos that I didn't have to worry about on the other one because I could upload the video to them, and they don't let me do that here. But that being said, I'm just glancing at some of the other stuff. Look, Lego Horizon Adventures has looked hype this whole time. It just has. If you like Horizon and you like Lego games, I mean, come on, it's an obvious get, and I'm still just shocked it's coming to Switch.
Yeah,
like that just surprises me, and it's a holiday release, so I'll take it. And Epic Mickey Rebrush, I didn't really need this partner showcase to convince me. I'm glad the demo's out. I got to try it. I've heard very good things about the demo on every system but Switch. But the Switch one apparently looks good. It's just the frame rates are a little all over, which I guess I kind of expected. So I'm going to try it on Switch and see what's up. And then if I don't like how it runs, I'll just get it on another platform probably because I beat the original and I bought 2 and I didn't like 2, but I never actually spent money on 1 because I got a review copy. So it's so good. I want to spend money on it at least once. So I'll get Epic Mickey Rebrush on one of the systems. Hopefully Switch. Hopefully the demo convinces me it runs well enough. So I could deal with like frames hitting if it's like a 30 FPS game that sometimes hits 25. I can deal with that. But if it's going down to like 12, well, yeah, it's time for me to go to a different platform for that. But see, you might go, well, if you own other platforms, just get it there. I'm like, I know, but like I like to support the games coming to Switch, so we keep getting more games on Switch next time around. So if I can deal with it, it's the same reason I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy on Switch. I know it's better than on other platforms. I have options, but like I want more of this coming to Switch. So I'm playing through it, and it doesn't really feel suffering. Here's the cool thing: if you'd ever play it on another platform, you don't have to know what you're missing.
Yep.
When you don't know what you're missing, the game's suddenly a lot more enjoyable.
That's true.
Very true.
Rocket League at 60 frames on Xbox and then jumping to like 120 frames on PC was an eye-opening experience, let me say the least.
I'm gonna be so real.
120 FPS don't matter. I'm like, yeah, you just haven't experienced it.
It's just buttery.
I had a similar experience. I spent a year and a half playing Fortnite on Switch and thought that was like the pinnacle of Fortnite. And then I downloaded it on my Xbox. Oh my goodness. The difference between those two.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm sure it's running like 25 frames on or 30. It's probably 30 frames, 60 frames. And then if you did it on PC, it'd probably be like 120, something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get to Eric. He's the only one here
Yeah.
that technically did not watch the show, but I
Well.
saw him doing a little research on what was in the show at least.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
looking at the list.
Is there anything that excites you on the list? I'm not going to ask you to give a grade because I just you didn't really watch the show. So
I mean, just some of the games that I'm looking through here, and I kind of looked at. Peglin looks pretty decent. I watched the trailer on that. I watched the Game Grumps play Pete's Tower, so that one it looked like a fun game. Balatro I've played. So that's cool to see them getting some
dude,
extra
the DLC for that
extra
looks sick.
things.
Yeah.
That is really cool. The Power Wash Simulator, the Shrek thing. I was watching a little bit of that.
They're out of
that's
my
funny.
swamp.
That's funny.
Oh
as hell.
yeah,
Um,
I saw that. Interesting, it's
one-
paid, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's licensed, so it's too
Yeah.
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
One of the ones that I actually just kind of Googled and watched just because was Wobbly Life, and that actually looks pretty decent, surprisingly. So that one I might actually pick up. It looked pretty cool. Even though I have no clue what it's about because I couldn't listen to it with sound. So the video itself looked fun. Obviously the Plucky Squire, Shovel Knight's always a good thing. Civs, I agree with you on that one. Or Civilization, I agree with you on that one. It is more of a PC game, but it is cool that we're getting it.
Yeah, I mean, we had Civ 6, so I mean, it's not
Yep.
surprising that we're getting 7. It's just kind of,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, and you can do touchscreen stuff with it, which does make it a little better. But I don't know, it feels. Dude, any of these like strategy style games just feel like PC to me. Just always have.
I'm just looking through here. The rest of the list. I mean, Lego games are always fun, so I might pick up Horizon Adventures just because I like Lego games. The Funko Fusion was in this. Oh god,
Yes, it was.
that
Funko Fusion
did it
back,
look, did
baby.
it look any better than the original?
Dude, no. Well, at first it did, and then
It
as
did for like the
the
first
trailer-
10 seconds.
Yeah,
it showed some pretty rough. It looks like a
Ugh.
really rough game.
Yeah, I gotta wonder what that frame rate is.
Yeah, I.
-2.
It is not, I'm not hopeful.
It's so
yeah,
bad.
I'm not hopeful. It's
They owe you frames.
Yeah.
And then obviously Five Nights at Freddy's looks. I mean,
I'm shocked that's coming to Switch.
Yeah.
I won't
So-
lie. I mean, pleasantly shocked, but that's crazy that it's coming.
yeah, no, that's kind of the games that just looking through the list is kind of the ones that kind of stand out to me a little bit. So, and sorry, I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold, so I'm trying to I can't really breathe through my nose. So
It's okay.
yeah, this is always fun.
Would you like some cold medicine, sir?
Oh, I'm good. I'll take
Okay.
some when I
Can
get
we get
home.
can we get some hearts in chat for Eric?
Yeah.
Hearts in the chat.
Yeah. So if
Sorry.
you see me kind of covering my mouth a little bit, it's because I'm trying to breathe and I don't want to
Sucks.
on camera. So
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
yeah, right. Pretty much that's what I feel like sometimes. Whew.
Yeah, feel you.